Be the most interesting take of the day. Let's watch Brock Pierce. This is a Bitcoin OG on Fox Business. This guy has done a lot in life and in crypto. One of the first crypto business investors ever, invested in Ripple, invested in Tether. He is an OG, and it's so interesting, his take on what is to come for this market. You know, so many people have so many big predictions on the future price of Bitcoin, and certainly Brock Pierce has heard it all. So the Fox Business anchor directly asks him, hey, some of these outlandish predictions for the future, how realistic is that generally? And if that is realistic, even if you think it's even a little realistic, why is the price so down today? Really interesting answers by Brock Pierce here.
I want to talk about legislation around crypto in a minute, but first wanted to get some thoughts on some of the bold calls that are out there. You know, Michael Saylor's looking once at 13 million. Chamath Palihapitiya said maybe 500,000 this year. Other big banks are looking at 150 to 200,000 price targets. Does the extreme bullishness that alludes from those high price targets make it more of a speculative asset, or does that actually draw a real fundamental analysis into things like Bitcoin?
Where those predictions come from is due to the scarcity. There's 21 million Bitcoin, and of that, a fair amount is lost and will never be recovered, but there is a limited supply. So as demand for Bitcoin increases, as adoption for Bitcoin increases, it is inevitable that the price, should go higher. It's not so much a matter of if, but a matter of when. Unless some, major black swan sort of event were to occur. But as we're seeing in gold, Bitcoin is effectively the digital gold, certainly as you talk to Gen Z versus boomers. But Bitcoin is here. It's here to stay. And the biggest risk factor it had was really government. Yeah. And now that the U.S. government has taken a position, I think we're golden we're bullish for the time to come.
Are you surprised then by the lack of price movement higher? I mean, at one point we were looking at 120, 110,000 on crypto. Clearly, we've had a pullback to 87.90. Did you expect, given the positive legislation, the conversations that you just mentioned with global foreign leaders, that the price, frankly, isn't higher than it is right now?
Well, it's like you see in most markets, buy the rumor. So obviously, you normally see that big movement on the front end of the change. And price is the primary barometer of sentiment. So it normally leads and then it pulls back. And I'd say this is, nothing new under the sun. This is normal market behavior. And so the question is, when do we see that next run? I'm bullish on next year. I think this is a good price point in which to enter. Bitcoin could still come down to 70,000, could even, maybe hit the 60s. But I think it's a good market entry point, more likely to end up higher than low.